welcome to Long Story Short. I am Kejan Haynes, and I'm starting with an apology because you see, last week when we were talking about the vaccines, I almost had it. I almost understood it, but I just didn't connect the dots. Ladies and gentlemen, the dot. See, because I was confused by Minister of Foreign Affairs and his statement, but listen to it again. Listen carefully.
Engagement via the High Commission of India has been with respect to the purchase of Covishield in the amount of 250,000 doses. There has arisen the issue of some sort of free provision. We've received no offer or correspondence from India with respect to the provision of same to Trinidad and Tobago.
And that's it. He was telling us everything the whole time, but he was telling it with his eyes. He is saying, listen to what I am saying. And that's why he's speaking very slowly. See, because what I'm hearing now after listening to it is that we went to buy from India. India said, cool, here's how much it costs, and then nothing. And then the Prime Minister, when he convened the intersessional meeting of the heads of government, CARICOM, he said that any sort of deals between India and the country, that comes through their high commissioners.
There was no singular offer of 500,000 vaccines, but there were gifts to two countries, Dominica, 70,000 doses, and Barbados, 100,000 doses. And the continued contact with India. Today, we were told by other heads that the contact with India, other offers have been made at different levels of confirmation.
So do you still not understand it? Let me explain it to you in meme form.
You are making $500,000 and you were only going to pay me 30? You're getting 30 grand? I'm getting 1,000.
You guys are getting paid?
So just replace you guys are getting paid with you guys are getting it for free? Because we went to buy something only to find out that all our friends were getting it for free. And worse, even though we were paying, or we plan to pay, everybody is getting their free vaccines before us. And yet, it led to one of the dumbest conversations this nation has ever had. Do you ask for a gift? No. Have you ever asked for a gift? And people were saying things like, well, closed mouths don't get fed, or he who is thirsty seeks water and not the other way around. But I say, if I offer you to pay for something, and you are taking my money, but you are also giving away that same object to someone else, who really wrong there? Me? I wrong? No. Nation, we are getting a shakedown. And I'm about to add some fuel to the fire. The Indian High Commissioner to Trinidad is also the High Commissioner to Dominica, Grenada, and Montserrat.
I'd like to take this opportunity once again to express my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to Prime Minister Modi, his government, and the citizens of India. And just to say to my dear brothers and sisters in Dominica, that in the spirit of our usual togetherness and brotherly love, Dominica will be sharing with a couple member states of the OECS from this gift which we received from India.
All right, Dominica, who did you share your vaccines with?
A second shipment of AstraZeneca vaccines arrived in Grenada on Thursday evening. The 5,000 doses made available by the government of Dominica were received by Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles on behalf of the government of Grenada. This brings to 6,000 the total number of doses now on island.
And Montserrat got a gift from Antigua, who got a gift from India. So what I'm saying is, how is everybody getting through except the High Commissioner's host country? The man is living here and we have none. Whoa. Really? So let's keep going on. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. Maybe it's not political. Maybe there's a cultural element that I'm missing, asking for a gift.
My dad's so good at being cheap that he could convince you that you're wrong. I took my dad to a bar. He ordered a beer. The waitress was like, "It's $4.50, sir." My dad's like, "Okay." Here's 3. Get it? Because Indians cannot live without a bargain, and Chinese people cannot give you a bargain. I saw this bag. I wanted to buy this bag there. I go, how much? I go to the Chinese guy behind the counter. I go, how much? He goes, $35. How about 30?
So maybe it's not so strange after all. Well, this is why you would end up with the opposition leader slipping in to write her own letter to the Indian Prime Minister.
In a statement issued on her Facebook page on Monday evening, opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar confirmed that she wrote to the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Narendra Modi, requesting his assistance with acquiring the life-saving COVID-19 vaccine. The opposition leader added that with no clear date as to when Trinidad and Tobago will be receiving an adequate supply of vaccines, she regards this issue as critically important to the well-being of our country.
And it's really sweetly written to like the flowery language, and apparently that language might be a requirement.
They were waiting for India to look for you, get a torchlight to find your island in the Caribbean and say, Boss Rowley, Lord Rowley, you want vaccine too? That's what they were waiting on. While Dominica, Barbados, Guyana, every island, write the government of India in beautiful poetic language, I must say, and requested free vaccines. They were sitting on their hands. They were gambling with the lives of this country, the citizens of this country. That is what they were doing. Today, the temerity, the vileness of Amory Brown and others to question the political leader, she was right. Because if they are sitting on their hands, Kamala Persad-Bissessar acted because they did nothing.
And you see, remember that time I made the joke that people really wanted us to do what Trinis do best, which is, skip the line, work a friend, link a brethren?
The quintessential characteristics of Trinidadians, Rodney, is we like free. We had a dollar fete a few years ago and a man called, he wanted 10 complimentary tickets. Because we like free. This uncharacteristic, this un-Trinidadian regime cannot even manage to get free vaccines.
So is it that I'm thinking like a politician, or they're just stealing my jokes? I'll charge them. All right, so here we go. So Kamala Persad-Bissessar wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi forgetting that no government really should deal directly with an opposition. But let's just assume that she has a better connection with the Indian government. Why don't we still have the vaccines? So you're spending all this time beating up about whether Kamala was right.
Attacking our leader, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, for stepping up.
Look, not now, Cook. We're talking about whether or not she was right to send the letter and not whether or not she actually got through, because she didn't. We are still vaccine-less. So let's put this in meme form once again. Actually, let's make it full screen so you can see it bigger. That's right. While our politicians fight each other, this dude, who is supposed to be the one linking the scene, is doing it for everybody else. Again, as I said, while he's living here. So what more do you want, sir? And let's do one more final point while I'm on a roll. The government has been going on and on about not accepting any vaccines that are not approved by the WHO. India has 2 vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin. Covishield just got the WHO okay, and Covaxin is still awaiting approval. Now remember, I also said that as a nation, can you imagine what we would do to Prime Minister Rowley if he got us something and then we found out that it later wasn't approved? So here we are. Since everyone's writing letters, I kind of want to write one of my own. Dear Prime Minister Modi, beautiful greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. Can we get a new High Commissioner to Trinidad? Because this one is not working. Let's take a break.